Hello, everybody. My name is Andrew Harvey, and I am absolutely thrilled and honored to invite you on a pilgrimage to the Himalayas. I first saw the Himalayas when I was 5 years old. I was born in India, and I'd had a very severe blow of malaria and was sent to Dehradun by my parents to recuperate. And I can still remember my awe and absolute amazement at the ring of glorious mountains, as well as the jacaranda trees in full bloom in the garden. In the Gita, Krishna says, I am of mountains, the Himalayas, meaning that the divine presence is felt most intensely in the mountain range of the Himalayas. And this phrase, this single phrase, has inspired thousands of years deep sacred meditation in the most majestic mountains in the world. And it is into that ring of holy fire that this pilgrimage will take us. We will begin by going to perhaps the wildest and most sacred, intense place in India after Benares, Haridwar, where you'll be able to experience the rapture and passion of devotion that characterizes Indian spirituality. Then we will go to the most important town for yogis in the Himalayas, Rishikesh, which for thousands of years have been the place where the devoted have gone to inspire themselves in the deepest way for liberation. In Hardwar, before we go to Rishikesh, I will take you somewhere very sacred to me. And that is the samadhi of perhaps the greatest Indian teacher of the 20th century, Anandamayi Ma, the glorious woman who incarnated through her life the presence and majesty and power of the Divine Mother. And that will illumine, I deeply hope, the rest of our trip. After Rishikesh, we will go to an extraordinary natural park, a game park called the Corbett Park. I've never been, but it's been one of my life's goals to get there. And the reason why I feel it's so important that we go is that one of the things that the sages discovered in the Himalayas was the glory of the creation and the glory inherent in the animals. And as you know from yoga, so many of the poses were inspired by deep meditation and the inherent grace of animals. And in Corbett Park, I will teach you some secret ways to connect with the soul of the animal and imbue yourself through grace with its radiance and its power. Then we'll come to the core of the entire trip, and we'll go to a beautiful and holy and amazingly peaceful ashram for 4 days, where we will join in the life of the ashram that's dedicated to Babaji. But more importantly, even, we will dive deep together into the secret teachings that I've been accumulating for 40 years now on the engoldenment process, the divinization process of the human being, the transfiguration process that changes a human being into a divine human being, engoldened in mind and heart and soul and body. And I will share with you my own inmost experiences, the great texts that inspire me, and the practices that I have been taught. And the trip will end in a beautiful, beautiful place called Bhimtal, where we will go to Neem Karoli Baba's ashram and experience for ourselves the grace, the torrential grace that extraordinary man who inspired Ram Dass and so many others left. All the details are in the website, but I just want to give you what I believe will be the essence of what we can experience together. There are three aspects of this experience that I think will transform your life. First is that we will be in the Himalayas themselves, surrounded by their majesty, constantly reminded of the majesty and power and dignity and grandeur of our essential selves. Himalayas that have been, as I said, the center of adoration and devotion for thousands of years. The second is that we will approach the Himalayas in many different ways. We will be naked with them, heart, mind, soul, and body. We will be in the sacred places where the inspiration that the Himalayas have given is celebrated, and we will be able to enjoy and be inspired by their enormous power. And we will be constantly infused with the devotional grace that has been stored there for thousands of years. And the third and perhaps most important aspect of our pilgrimage will be that we together will join that great stream of devotion that has been so potent and explore simple but extremely powerful practices that we'll be able to take back into our ordinary lives to infuse them secretly with the majesty and beauty that we have experienced. So, my dear friends, please do not deny yourself this trip. Please, please allow the inspiration of Krishna's great phrase and of the mountains, I am the Himalayas, to draw you to offer yourself to what I am certain will be a life transfiguring experience. And I promise you, I will do everything in my power to make that experience as thrilling, as profound, as delightful, as transforming as I possibly can. Thank you so much.